particularly to the student segment and the teachers of all sectors, ranging from 8th, 9th, 10th, or whoever it may be there. Namaskar to all of you. I am Dr. D. Krishnamurthy from Indian Institute of Mind Dynamics, and I am very happy, and it's my privilege to be present here on behalf of Edutel, and would like to share some of my findings. I have been in this profession for the last 16 years, and I could do a PhD on this subject called mind dynamics. What is this mind dynamics? How it is going to help the student segment? Students from all the angles, let us say from any range you are studying, it's not a matter, but how are you going to study, and the information what you are going to keep it in the mind is very, very important. What I am trying to tell you is, in the mind dynamics, the best act is memorization, keeping information inside the mind. Memorization. How do we do that memorization? All that process will be taught to you in a few minutes right now. Before that, all of you sit straight and relaxed. Be happy, be jolly, and be cheerful always at the time of studies. When you are in the class sessions, assume that you are in a heaven. You are in the heaven, learning lot of informations from your guru, the teachers. And always keep it in mind, you have to honor the guru, whoever it comes to you in the form of a teacher, and when you started doing it, automatically your mind is set to fall in love with the subject what you are going to study. Never hate the teacher, and the teacher I am telling, never make the children to hate you, and based on that our communications, what is that what you want to communicate from the subject to other mind becomes so easy. Now let me talk about the fundamental factor in the memory. There are three factors. One is called visual factor. The visual is such, when you open a book, you see some pictures and you see some diagrams, automatically that pictures and diagrams gets into the mind. Yes or no? Yes, I can hear you saying yes. That's a visual impact. But at the same time, auditory input is very important. That means when you start reading aloud, the auditory input takes into the mind and correlate with the visual what you see. So what's happening is, first is visual impact, which everyone comes into the foray, and the second one is auditory. So memory is also processed in this two way. One is visual way and other one is through auditory way. And the third one is very, very important, that is kinesthetic. What do you mean by kinesthetic? The kinesthetic is nothing but writing. Whatever you learnt a day on the particular class session, you start copying it from the board, yes or no? And while you copying it in the board, from the board, it's always obvious that you need to pay attention to what you are writing. Don't copy, don't be in a hurry to copy the board. And most of the schools, the teachers are writing whatever the lesson aspect on the board, and they don't even wait for the children to copy, they rub the board. I just request the teachers not to do so. Unless they comprehend, unless they understand the matter written on the board, please do not do that. At the same time, students, don't spend too much time in just talking to your next person. Instead of that, concentrate on the board what has been written and start writing, copying in the sense. If you have any doubt, you have a right to ask the teachers. So as I said, the memory is processed in three ways. I am writing it in the board, please see that. The one, visual, 2, auditory, 3, it is kinesthetic. So as I said, visual impact is what we see. It creates a beautiful image in our brain that forms as a memory. 2 is the auditory, that means what we hear through our senses, no, that gets registered. And the third is kinesthetic, which I said, which has to be done with our physical movement, for example writing. These two things are taught in the school invariably all over the world, no doubt at all. But the third aspect, what I call it as a kinesthetic, is it's not been done properly. So students, please understand, this kinesthetic process is very important. Do write as many time, as many information you want at, till you get registered in the mind. This is a traditional process. I am going to take you to the modernized process in a few minutes time, but what I want you to need to understand is, don't overthrow this. This is very fundamental, very, very important. So memory is processed in a 3 way. Which are the way? One is visual, and the 2 is auditory, and the 3 is kinesthetic. If you understood that, so how many times it's processed? 3 times. Which are the way? One is visual, 2 is auditory, and the 3 is kinesthetic. Okay. Now how you are putting all these 3 input we are going to see now. Similarly, why do we go to school? We go to school for gain knowledge. Yes or no? Parents are finding difficult to send us to school. Okay, they are working hard to spend the money for us. But what we do, we come to school and to learn something. But school is not a place for a knowledge. Do you know that? Then where is the knowledge is available? Knowledge is available outside of the school. That means you need to employ the learning process and apply to get the knowledge from the external sources. For that you need a dynamism. What you need? Dynamism. The dynamism is nothing but, there are 3 formulas I want to give you. One is, first dimension is talent. Talent. 2, that's the second dimension, is skills. And the third dimension is ability. Ability. Now let's look at it. What is talent? The talent is inborn. The talent is inborn with every individual, whoever it is may be, every individual are unique, are very unique. You don't have to worry about it. But you need to find out the talents. If the teachers are sitting there, I want to give them a clue how to identify the talents of the student, because talents are recognized by the parents first. But some of the parents are very busy and they don't have time to spend a little time to the children and identify their talents that is being born. At least the teacher should take care of that and bring the talents outside. How to do that? How do we identify that children has got a talent? The talents, the person who buried inside, he or she looks positive all the time. It does anything, everything in a positive manner. For example, if you ask him to write 2 pages or 3 pages of imposition or whatever it is, the child is very happily to do it because they want to fulfill the dimension as I was given here. It is skills. What do you mean by skill? Now one example I can give you is, memory is a skill. It can be developed, or it can be cultured, or it can be nurtured any point of time in life without any problem. You may be a small children, or you may be a high school student, or you may be just coming out of 10th, or you are a teacher right now. You can still have a time to nurture or cultivate the skill. See, Rabindranath Tagore, at the age of 76, he tried to, learn paintings. He went along with his granddaughter to the painting school, started learning the paintings. Of course, he drew a lot of paintings. And the same paintings, last year in USA, it has been sold for billions $. And now he was not there to relish that benefits, but he left a legacy. So what I'm trying to tell is, learning is not an age. It can be done in any way. So students, you are all there. So what you do is the skills you try to develop. What type of skill? Try to do the mathematics much quickly or faster, rapidly, so that your examination time, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, can be met very easily. Try to read and write faster. There are a lot of techniques are going to come here. So try to adapt the techniques. Practice, practice, practice all the time on the practice, so that you will be compatible when you are sitting inside the examination hall. So for that you need a training. So as I said, in kinesthetic, you have to need to practice the question and answers, and whatever answers you know should be written at least in the short form. So practice makes a man perfect. Don't you know that? So hope you all know that. So be with that. Okay. Now the skills can be developed at any point of time. Now what is the ability? Again, the ability is a factor where the talent and the skills both together, both put together, it's called ability. Okay. Just to give you a small introduction about my life. I started, in the sense I studied in the school in Bangalore. It is called the Taskertown Corporation High School. So my schooling days were done in that school. I am a product of Corporation School, very proud to say that. But fortunately, we had a very good teachers who helped us to, get along with the studies. Once I complete my SSLC in that school, what happened is, I had to go for work rather than go for higher studies because of my family problem. When I go to that work, I was working in a Deccan Herald, hope you know that paper office, as a casual laborer, and that too worked in the night shift between 9 o'clock to morning 6 o'clock. But during the time, what happens is, whenever I get a time, I used to read in newspapers. From the newspaper, I get some information, or I want to develop my English, whatever it happens. But one day what happened, my eye fell on a advertisement, a classified advertisement. There I saw they are looking for a fresh SSLC students for a multinational company. Thereby, what I got interested is, I applied it and I got the job, and I went into the multinational company, started my career in the 1981, September 15th, I do remember, as a peon, without any much qualification, except SSLC. But SSLC also I was a rank holder at that time. But still, that was not a meager, it's not a big thing to do that, because I had to go in for higher studies. But due to my family exigencies, I got into the job as a peon. You know what is peon? It's a very low rank profile. The days have passed. I understood one thing. If at all I want to come up in life, I need to equip myself with a knowledge. As I told you, it is not available in school or colleges. It is available outside. For that, we need some type of techniques, whatever you call it as. So what I did is, I started pursuing my studies through distance education. I could able to finish 2 master degrees and 7 diplomas. And I worked in that organization for 20 years. When I was working in 20th year, my profile was HR executive, and for the entire organization, more than 7,500 employees. Now, 2 master degrees, 7 diplomas over. Then what I did, there was a saturation. I just quit a job, I took a VRS and plunged into a teaching or what I call training, which I got a passion, and now I started institute, I am doing it. Now recently, last year, I got a PhD on this subject, and I am very proud to talk to you. Now one thing I want to tell you, why I tell you the story is, see, there you need a lot of things to come up. So I understood this, what is talent, what is skills, and what is ability. So what I did, I understood my talents. Talent is, I would like to speak to the people like you. Even the corporate sectors, I go there and come back. Okay, and a lot of people I see in and around in my institute, and also a lot of counseling is being done, those who are not able to study properly and find out why they are not able to understand. So I developed lot of techniques, and thereby I have been regarded as memory technologist in India and throughout the world. Now I am going to give you those techniques, okay, one by one, plus please be with me and follow the small instruction whatever you do. Now I just want to show you how I developed my skill. First I understood my talent, second I developed my skill. After developing my skill, I wanted to show to the world my ability. So what I do, I have say about some cards are there here with the numbers. Okay, can you see the numbers here? Can you see the numbers? Can you see the numbers here? Lot of cards are there. It's all in random. It's not in sequential order. So what I am going to do, I also want to see the card and show the card to you, okay, and I want to memorize by just standing here alone. Okay, let me start that ability. I am going to demonstrate that. See, now the first card is of your reading, 71. Yes or no? Okay. What is the card number it is? Oh, 84. Great. And people have pen and paper. You can write this number also in your sheet of paper. Please do that. Okay. Now the third number I am showing you is 56. Yes or no? 56. Now fourth setup number I am showing you, it is 47. What is it? 47. Okay. Now it is 76. 76. And this is, I am showing it as a 11. Okay. And this is 20. You are right, 20. And this is, okay, 60. Okay. This is 83. Right. And this is 69. Hope you are writing these numbers. If you are writing the numbers, just to check how many set of numbers I gave you right now. Yes, you are right. It's a 10 set of number I gave you. So keep the 10 horizontally, and now whatever number I am going to give you, right below that. Okay, right below that first number, whatever you written. Okay, 31, 75, 26, 74, 17, okay, 19, okay, it's 25, this is 94, okay, it is, yeah, I am getting it, 87, this is 96. Now the second set is over. Now coming to the third row, 79, 61, 54, this is 97, 14, 93, 80, 50, 77, 90. So third row is completed. Very good. Your B with me, right? Now the fourth row again starts 78. Okay, what is it? 49, 15, 53, 86, 04, 29, 98, 42, wow, 100. Okay, so fourth row is completed. Yes or no? Now come to that fifth row. 09, 62, 06, 44, 46, 95, 10, you are right, 99, 64, I am just finishing the card, it is 57. So 5 rows is completed, all the 5 rows are completed. Well, if you given a time, I should have gone through once again. Okay, if you are written in a sheet of paper these digits whatever I gave you in a systematic way, you written 2, 2, 2 like that. In per row it contains 20 digits or 10 set of number, and similarly 5 rows. Now what happened? When you write these numbers, you are framed, you are structured, you kept the things in order in a variety of numbers in a random conditions. Now if you have a technique, the one which I developed called a 3-dimensional memory system. As I told you, the first dimension is a talent which I identified. The skill which I developed by over a time, and 3, the ability to show the world. Now I am going to show the world that these numbers when I am showing you, it's getting registered in my mind. It is getting registered in my mind. If you apply the same technique in studies, okay, you will get 100 out of 100, no doubt at all. So much of my students who were come to me, they are amazed. The parents are telling, my child was taking only 60 out of 100. After attending this course, he or she is gaining up to 80 and 90. Sometimes people go up to 95, 98 also. Okay, how it has happened? Because memory plays a vital role in our life, not only in academic, not only in studies, but if you know how to strengthen that memory, my God, you will do much better. Now I am taking the setup card again. Okay, I will remove my specs. I remove my specs. Okay, I remove my specs. I close my eyes so that I will not see the cards again. See, the cards are taken it here. Okay, I am showing it. Okay, right. Shall we start recalling these cards? Okay, 71. Okay, hope you are saying yes, so I am hearing it. Okay, 84. I am going to the third card. 56. 47. 76. 11. 20. 60. 80. 83, 69. The first row is completed. I am still going on. 31, 75. So far so good. 26, 74, 17, 19, 25, 94, 87, 96. So 2 rows is over. 79, 61, 54, 97, 14, 93, 80, 50, 77, 90, 78, 49, 15, 53, 86, 04, 29, 98, 42, 100, 09, 62, 06, 44, 46, 95, 10, 99, 64, and the last number is 57. I closed my eyes. While showing the card, I started memorizing this 101 digits. How many digits? 101 digits. Now for this, you require a focus which later develops as a concentration. If you could develop that, like the way I recalled this information, 101 out of 101. Is there any mistake was there? No, I was very slow because you are far away from me. If you are near to me, I would have said 71, next 84, 56, like that I would have showed, but you would be confused the speed in which I say. Okay, I have broke the world record. Okay, and I memorized in one reading. Great. If I feel